Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? It's Saturday. We are live.
Yo,
What is up?
What's up? Somebody's volume is not muted. And
Sorry.
It's me.
It was
No,
you or
that
was it me? Because mine was
we're
still up a little bit. I was like, shit, dude. But I thought I had my
good.
mic muted.
It was
so.
both of us. We're off to a great start.
Oh, well.
All right. Adventures.
Oh, what? During the fucking countdown thing?
No, just now.
No. Right.
It
Right.
sounded like a
came
10-second echo. Yeah. Well, it only came
Yeah.
through my headphones, so maybe.
I thought it was me accidentally because I didn't have my
No,
mic.
that's
I
definitely
thought
me,
I had my
yeah.
volume down, but
Oh,
fuck that
man.
up.
What's up with you guys, man? Fucking, what was that
Hello.
last week we missed, dude? I am like
last week.
a vegetable lately,
So
man.
yeah, so he was sick. You had family shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
And me, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I just want to hang out with my wife.
Dude, I hear. Yeah, we got
woman.
we
You
got
know, we had a good time
home,
hanging out. And
yeah,
cool.
we did the same, Russell. Like her and I got a little bit of time end of the night, to just kind of kick it a little bit. And
you can't.
I was thinking, I was like, man, I think Eve was running to hang out, and I was like, I'm gonna get in there, but I was like, man, fuck it. You know what I mean? I just
See,
we just hung out and watched some TV and stuff, man. I needed that though.
I thought the same thing, and I was hanging, talking to her and stuff. And next thing I know, I was like, fuck, let's go to bed. She's like, are you gonna do a hangout? Nah, fuck that shit. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, dude. I was because I don't know if I got in last week. I was in last night. Me and Nick were hanging out a little bit with some guys last night. That was fun. I got to talk to is Nick is Wes the guy, the Rock Jesus? Okay, yeah. Wes, yeah, Wes. I didn't. Yeah, he's in a lot, but him and I talked a little bit last night. That's a good dude, man. I like that guy.
Yeah, he's fun.
That's cool, man.
Some good guys were in there.
That's
Nick
good,
was in there. Wes was in there. EE was in there, but fuck him. Chuck
What
was
time
in there. On? Ricky was in there, but fuck him too.
I think like 10:30.
I got on it like 10:30 or something like that.
Because they did a hangout show on the Rock channel last night.
Mm-hmm. I had to make sure Wolfie was gone before I got in, but
yeah,
I wanted that awkwardness.
Oh, dude,
fucking hey, shout out to all our friends in Puerto Rico, man.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
I know we got a few guys down there, dude, and it's like the after like the last big hurricane, I guess like they invested so much money in their infrastructure, and it's like everybody's out of power. Nobody has water. It's like just insane, man. Like this seems like a fragile situation down there. And
my aunt was telling us we were talking to her the other day, and she was telling us how we've got I've got some cousins that are over there. They're living over there, and I didn't even know they were over there. I thought they were in New York, but they actually went to Puerto Rico to I guess help some other family members over there handle some stuff. Yeah. And so they were there when the storm hit and shit, and they're like stuck there, dude. They're just stuck there right now because they're trying to. Yeah, a lot of things are all shit shut down. They said, I think they said airline traffic. I don't even know if it was restored or not. I'm not sure. I know they had a massive.
Sure, I think it was like Sunday or maybe Saturday night. Sunday was when it happened. But it's like, man, I mean, places there after the last one, I forget the name of it. Like went a year, dude.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. We're supposed to
nuts, man.
We're supposed to be trying to send help, but I mean, hopefully,
and I know
everybody, man.
Yeah, for sure. I know Fernando's.
And then they make it a political football too with fucking helping Puerto Rico because they're not a fucking state. Because certain people want to force them to be a state, while Puerto Rico's not ready to be a state yet.
Right?
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, man. Because like they have a say.
Yeah,
and a lot of people are there. It's the same way like the British Virgin Islands, like they like vote every year to stay a part of like the British Commonwealth because they get a bunch of money and funding and like that safety net that they otherwise wouldn't have. But it's like that stuff I think is more like more complicated than I think people tend to make it out to be. Like they're like these victims or whatever. And it's like I don't know. I mean they have a say, they have agency, and they kind of get like people are free to leave there, and that's why there's so many Puerto Ricans in New York, Russ. Like you just mentioned, thinking people are there, man.
I just think it's a shitty time to be to turn it into a political chip. You know what I mean?
Oh it's yeah, like, dude. And Russ, that's the thing, man. Because like, I mean, and it's literally everything, dude. And I saw, I won't say the guy's name because like I had a little, it wasn't like adversarial, but a little back and forth. Like he shared some like TikTok video of this guy was like, here's what's going on. This was like Tuesday. He was like, here's what's going on in Puerto Rico, but like the media doesn't care about what happens to like black and brown people, so you won't hear about this. And I was like, what the fuck are you like? What news is this guy? I think my comment was like, I don't know what news this guy is, and I put in parentheses or isn't watching, because literally everything. I listened to 2 different news podcasts. I listened to an NPR one, a New York Times one, the Daily, which isn't, the NPR one's pretty goofy most of the time, but the Daily for New York Times is pretty decent. And I watched the PBS NewsHour every night, and just kind of whatever. And like since Sunday when it happened, that's what everybody led with. And devoted time towards, and I was like, it's just not true. Like what this guy's saying, like, is this not true? Like you're sharing it because you think that what he's saying is true, and it's like, I understand like the kind of like lazy point that he's making of like, oh, they don't care about these people, but they do. Like it's not even like that, because there are instances where things like that happen, and it's like, there are a lot of factors. The news cycle goes so long, you have to pick and choose what you can't, because you can't cover everything that happens. But it's
like a statement, dude.
Now moving on to another weather issue on the fucking MPSP NN network. Fucking news. Fucking Wolfie said, "What is the CNN?" But we're supposed to get we're supposed to be getting hit. And
dude, I saw that, man.
This one.
Now what track is? What's the latest track on it?
It's a golf track.
Fuck.
I saw another one that was supposed to go up like to like Nova Scotia and stuff. I think like.
Well, that one, that one is already past us.
Okay.
That one's going up towards Nova Scotia, and supposedly that's gonna be the strongest storm that Nova Scotia's ever seen.
Yeah, dude, and it sucks because like a place like that, like we saw what happened. 2 or 3 winters ago? I think it was the winter of 2020, 2021. In Texas, where they had like those bad ice storms, where it's like what would be bad but reasonable thing, like even where I live.
Yeah.
In a place like that, that's just not. They just don't have the infrastructure for it.
Right.
It's catastrophic, right?
Well, Nova Scotia's used to snow and shit. Because, yeah, but like it's gonna be of such intensity that I don't think that they're gonna be able to do anything about it.
I know, man.
You know what I mean? Because it's not like say hitting South Carolina that never gets that much snow or anything like that.
Right.
But I think that like with this storm, with the amount of rain and just the amount of precipitation, I don't think that they're going to be able to handle.
It's like the volume I guess matters if it's like snow versus rain, because like 10 inches of snow melts gradually. You're not going to get flooded basements and things like that, whereas like 3 inches of rain you would.
But you got storm surge. That's going to get hard. I mean, storms create really bad storm surge. I mean, they will fuck up coastal shit like crazy, man. I remember I lived in Florida. It was insane because I just remember my mom saying, I don't even remember what hurricane it was. I was a little kid, and she's like, "We're getting out of here." We left, yo.
Never again, man. Yeah, and it sucks. I guess like it's decent there for however many months of the year, but then it's like that August, September, you just fucking sweat it out, man.
Yeah, it's
and see like that, and that's the thing is like I'm on the Gulf side, so we get hit a lot less and a lot less severely.
Dude, but like there are times,
but this time, I mean. All right, so the regular model, whatever the normal one is, says there's going to be a category 3 by the time it hits here. The more trusted and usually more accurate European model says it's going to be a Cat 5.
Oh my god, man!
So
that's that. Like funny when I've asked my daughter, who's like, she's one of them crazy weather people. She's always watching shit, tracking shit. And I asked my daughter, I'd be like, "Yo, what's going on? Any storms?
Yeah, what's up in Florida, man?
Yeah, what's going on?" She will always tell me. She'll always pull up. She go, "I'm like, what you looking up? European model?" I said, "Why are you looking at the European model? This is America. What the fuck do Europeans know?" She said, "Everything." She said, "The European model is always more accurate."
Hey, look, man. All you need to do, Nick, call your local congressman and just pass the word up. Tell Ron DeSantis to talk to whatever Jewish people run those weather machines, and just give everybody a break, man.
Yo, he doesn't have the balls to say that in Florida, bro.
No,
that was MTG.
Come on, man.
The space lasers, man. By the Rothschilds.
Could you fucking imagine
up motherfuckers to send them to other states, man? Come on, you got no.
It's ridiculous, man. They're like with that, they weren't even like people that came to Florida. You know what I mean? Like they
were in Texas. They rounded them up in Texas,
like you had to like go and find them, man.
Yeah, they paid a dude a bird dog fee, and man, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Bird dog.
And not only that, man, they fucking sent him up to Martha's Vineyard, and you know what they did?
Yeah, they fed him.
They fucking fed him. They put him up as best they could. They took students out of the high schools to fucking translate for these people. So that's what happened.
They took them to Cape Cod, because I think
they didn't bitch. They fucking went and helped these people.
What's I think it's awful and ridiculous doing that, and like using people as pawns for political purpose. I think that that's inexcusable. That being said, like I can understand. Okay, hey, I get your point. You're like they and I don't agree with their way of communicating this, but being like, hey, you're in a place that doesn't deal with this. Like this is what it's like for us that do, right? I don't agree with their way of.
Well, nobody's
or anything.
Yeah, but then, like, because it's illegal.
But then, like, if that's like, okay, cool, I get your point. What's your policy? If you're gonna run for governor again in whatever many years, or for president, which I think Ron DeSantis will, like, what is your policy proposal?
He's outpolling Trump with Republicans right now.
Yeah, and it's like the thing is like there's no like for him especially like. He's not a free speech guy. Like he's not someone who believes in free speech. He's somebody who believes in free speech of people who he agrees with, and then doesn't believe in free speech when it's people who he disagrees with. Whereas it's like if you're like I'm a free speech guy and that's it, then you're gonna get my attention because that's something that's important to me. But it's like when that's not even a principle, or when it's only a principle for people who agree with you, then it's like get the fuck out of here. Like.
Yeah,
you're unprincipled. He's a culture warrior, man.
And like the thing is like I hear people all the time being like, "Yo, he's been so great for Florida. He does all this stuff. What the fuck has he done for Florida?" Nothing.
All I know is
I can tell you it's been worse in Florida since he's taken office.
All I know is during the height of COVID, Florida had at one point had the highest amount of COVID cases, the highest transmission,
dude.
And they at one point they ended up outpacing New York at one point. Why was that?
Dude, think about this. If people want to look at the performance of Florida, then they're going to be asking for Rick Scott to be back as governor. think about that. Yeah. Think about when you perform worse than Rick Scott, and then people think you're a good candidate to run the fucking country.
Yeah, dude, and it's like that weird. Scary. That's like that weird, like political hindsight that people have, where it's like, like when you got like people being like, man, George W. Bush wasn't so bad, like it's.
Well, yeah, dude, I was that way.
Like, yeah, because it's like simpler times, like even as fucked up as things were and as dicey as they were, but Yeah, like they were, they were like, yeah, we'll take these immigrants, send them to DC, and like send them to New York or whatever. And it's like both of those places have huge immigrant populations. Don't pretend like you're sending, like you're dumbfounding these people. Like, what are we gonna do? Like Russ, this is third time this come up in the show. Like, how many fucking Puerto Ricans live in New York? Like, that's always been a city of immigrants. Like, you can't say that. Be like, because it's a blue city, and there are fucking red places in Florida. They're also mostly immigrants too. Like a place with a lot of Cubans is probably going to be a super fucking red. Yeah.
It was just a dumb thing to do, and he wasn't thinking. And now he might be. He could end up facing federal charges. They're looking into charging him with kidnapping, fucking trafficking. I mean,
that's the thing, because like that thing of trafficking is just like, it sounds really bad, but it's like, it's if you move somebody over state lines, you know what I mean? So it's like, so I feel like when people hear that, they think of like,
they think of like little kids,
coyotes,
right?
Which isn't what happened, but it's still bad and stupid, and it's like Ron DeSantis could be somebody like who, because there's a lot of people who I think would vote Republican that voted for Trump, maybe even in 2016 and 2020, that after the way he comported himself after losing the election, were like, you know what? I'm still a fucking Republican, but I just don't want to vote for Trump again. Ron DeSantis could be that guy, but I feel like he spends so much of his time just focused on like culture war nonsense, where it's like, you could be like the serious Republican. I disagree with you on almost every issue, but like you could at least pretend to be serious. And
I think he tries to be a lot like Trump, and then on a lot of things and other things. He may even go beyond. He maybe even go further than Trump would go.
Yeah, like he doesn't do like do like the Trump impressions that like Ted Cruz does. Like Ted Cruz just like tries to act like him and like, here's the thing, dude. Like,
there's another mentally ill fucker.
Yeah, and it's like you have to be to be like him. You have to be like a special type. You have to be funny in a way.
Short bus.
And it's like, you have to have a level of charisma, that like those
think
guys don't have.
Dude, think of the cuck that you have to be to fucking support somebody that fucking talks all that shit about your wife.
You called your wife ugly,
and then said your daddy killed JFK.
Yeah,
it's it's not even. Is this even real? You know what I mean? It's like, there's no way that's even real, man. Like.
You have to be the biggest puss on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it,
like
you're like,
you said, his dad killed JFK, man. Like, that's just insane.
You would rather be you're Trump's bitch boy after he talked all that shit.
Yeah,
I mean, insulted your wife.
He's one of the worst of the worst of just the like unprincipled, like,
oh god,
he just licks his finger and sees which way the wind is blowing, and then
guys like him and Lindsey Graham, they're garbage, dude, complete garbage.
Goons, man, absolute goons.
We're not gonna turn into a
no. There's some other shit I want to go over. Did you know? Did you know that the president of the United States can declassify documents just by fucking thinking about it?
Isn't that amazing? That's incredible, isn't it? Fucking phenomenal.
What the fuck?
I want to know who the fuck told him that, or did he just come up with that one on his own? That's what I want to know.
He's like, I'm the fucking president. What are you talking about?
I'm the fucking president, bro.
That's declassified. That's what I think. I think in his fucked up brain.
It's like on The Office when Michael Scott declared bankruptcy, and he was just like, "I declare bankruptcy." Like, he's just like declassified. He
yells it out. He yells it out, and then that's
whoever happens to hear it, man. That's funny to me.
Nobody's calling him up. You owe us money. No, I declared bankruptcy. I went out and hollered it just now.
You didn't hear. That's your fault. You know.
If it was at Mar-a-Lago, I declassified it.
Yeah. It's
ipso facto declassified.
It's so funny because like there are and what's funny is there is actually protocol for doing that, right?
Obviously,
naturally, right? Obviously, right? So, but I mean, you'd be surprised how many people, after he said that, are defending his. Yeah, he's the president. He can declassify whenever he wants. I'm like, dude, he can't do it by thinking about it. Number one, number two, and besides, the issue isn't even, by the way, about forget classification. The real issue is about when he was asked to bring these documents back, because those documents aren't his. They're not his to have. Forget the fact that forget their classification. He illegally had these documents. They're not his to take. Period. Whether they're declassified or not. And they asked for them back. They lied to the Justice Department and said, "Oh yeah, you have everything." When they did it.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's been going. It had been going on for like I think since January of this year was when they first were like, "Hey, we're missing these following things or whatever," and it's kind of got stretched out and put off. And
the fact that they're top secret, all that does is just make us go,
right?
Why were you holding on to these? What were you going to do with these?
And it's just like there's so many layers to everything. It's like he throws out so much shit. It's like every level there's something new that is just
there's like and it's like there's like a bit of there's like strategy to that. Like I watched this thing where like this guy from Vice interviewed Steve Bannon, and he was like in that because like as he put it, he's like, you just flood the zone with shit.
Right.
And it's like,
that way
you do something,
it's distraction.
You do something ridiculous, and then the next day, like do something else, and people just forget about it. People have really short memory about those things.
And lawyers do it all the time in court. A lawyer,
for sure.
They'll try to make a jury focus on a whole bunch of other stuff instead of just so that the evidence that is really important gets mucked up and all the other stuff.
Right. And I think it's because he does will incriminate himself. Like there was when they went there, when they take photos of the evidence on site, they lay it all out on the floor to get everything in photos, take pictures of whatever. And it's like he doesn't deny even having the stuff. He's like I didn't have it laid out on the floor like that. I had it like this. But he's like he admits to in a statement.
We made such a mess.
Yeah, he's like no.
He's like, they're trying to insinuate I would have stuff laid out all over the thing.
And then the people like who are conspiratorial are like, well, they didn't have it. Why would he have it just laid out on the floor like that? Like that's what they do. Like that's what. And it's easy, man. It's easy to do that whenever you when you have a worldview. It's super fucking easy to fit everything into that, man. Even
he's
when
a
you
clown, man.
Yeah,
he's
there's
a
like a lot
clown
of he's a goofball for sure.
Who knows? But and I don't even know if it's him. Maybe it's just because it's other people, dude. I think I don't like giving him credit for being too intelligent.
No, yeah, well, that's why whenever someone and I've even talked with Nick about this, thinking oh, he's has a end game or something. I always just think that he just is just doing things he's just like an agent of chaos,
it feels that way.
It's I don't think he has a grand plan. I think he's just doing stuff New
York
he goes wherever the laser pointer goes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Him for all his wrongdoings and with his businesses.
Yeah,
they also sent a bunch of evidence that they collected. They sent a bunch of their evidence to the DOJ because he's also broke federal laws. Okay, with all his business, his business transactions.
And even that stuff
and the IRS.
I feel like anything from New York, I'd take that with a grain of salt because, the district attorney there, her name's Letitia James. She while she was deucing Andrew Cuomo, which he should have been deuced because the dude's a scumbag. She was about to run for governor. So it's there's not. And then what she just did with she released that stuff, or I don't know, I don't recall what you just mentioned, Russ, but and she did that, and then immediately on her website posted a fundraiser thing talking about how all these people are going to come after her, made millions of dollars. You know what I mean? So it's I think she has other motives other than truth, justice, and the American way.
Sure. So it's I would agree with you if it was just her. But it's the whole department. It's not just her. She's just the head of it. She's not, but she doesn't it's a lot. And how about this way? She'd be a fool to go to court and not have anything. And that would make her look worse than anything.
I think her beef with him right now is of overvaluing of properties, right? But
that's
it's like, to me, like when I hear that, I'm like, well, shit, dude. Everybody fucking does that. Who like look at any like New York real estate person, but then it's like, but even though everybody does it, it's still illegal,
right? When you do it though, to get loans for money that is way more than you should be getting loans for, he overvalues them to use them as collateral to get loans for way more. That's the
thing is like he overvaluated the property so much.
Yes.
To get a higher class of loan.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I think like he just has to be like understanding that like anything that he may do or that's done his name is gonna be like done under a microscope at this point. And it's like, just don't fuck up for a while. Hold on. But
saying that everybody does it, is like pretty misleading because like, most real estate developers do overvalue their property.
True,
but the way that Trump did it, we're talking about overvaluation in the billions.
Yeah, right. And it's like I said, like when you're especially when you're under like that microscope, and it's like such of a scale, like done on to such a scale that.
Okay, but then you'll take that same property he overvalued to get that loan, right? And then for the IRS, he devalues it, so he pays nothing.
So he doesn't pay as much on taxes.
And one thing the state of New York does not like is tax cheats. They like they're a money grubbing state, especially when it comes to real estate tax.
Yeah, and they need every dime, man.
All that money, and if you are fucking caught screwing up, like they will nail your ass to the wall.
I just need to find whoever's doing his taxes and have them do mine, man. Because
my mom and dad are dealing with that shit right now up in New York all the time. Where they're dealing with the real estate taxes always going up.
Yeah, man. It's like when we bought this house, we closed in July, right? But the guy who owned it, this was technically his second residence. So it's like we're paying those taxes of like basically like somebody's vacation home. So it's like we're paying literally twice as much in taxes as we should be. So we have to like do, and it's like we can't do it until the beginning of 2023. So it's like we had from July until December paying like an extra like $300 a month, like just on taxes that we don't have to pay this fucking. But then like I'll say like on my taxes, because I made so much money on PayPal, like I just fucking make that shit up. All I do is like all you have to do is show that you spent more than you say you have a business, right? Which I said I do. And all you have to do is just show that you spent more than you made. So they're like, you made $2,900 on PayPal. I was like, okay, well, and I just pull every PayPal transaction I've had. This is what I spent. And it's like I use PayPal for so many things, everything that I buy online, toys, shoes, fucking
I should
like household shit. Sometimes like it's easy, man.
I just
easy grift.
I don't know, safer, but
but it's the thing also that fucking gets me is that the IRS might take down Trump, right?
Yeah.
So that means that if true, the IRS has taken down Trump and Capone.
Yeah, they'll be the ones to do it. Because now, by the way, they're also going after members of his family too, his sons, his daughter. Which is because it's believed that he uses their name rather, to move shit under their ownership, and then takes it back and things like that, and they knowingly go along with it. They knowingly let him fraudulently move shit around under their name and stuff, and this is just bizarre shit. I mean, it's plus they probably do the same thing he does with their own holdings. They have to get loans and shit. They're all dirty. The Trump family's dirty as shit, dude. So it doesn't matter. They're all filthy. Come on, even Jared, the one he married into the family. He's like, why do you think Trump let him marry into the family? He's like, Trump likes to bang his own daughter. He doesn't like anyone banging his daughter. You got to be doing something.
But dude, they said
we have a lot in common.
Kushner was worth a couple million when they went into office, and he's worth a couple billion now.
Yeah.
So what's that tell you? Somebody took advantage.
Yes, and that was like the like one of the main things for him even running for president was like,
that's true.
You're gonna get out of a lot of debt by doing this, and you're gonna make money. You're gonna make money beforehand, during, and then after. Like, you're gonna do speaking tours. Like you get paid a stupid amount of money for like every speaking engagement that you do. Like and for people who go into it, and it's not just in any administration. Like it's a foregone conclusion that you're gonna come out with a book deal, right? Like John Bolton, for example, wrote a book. What was this? William Barr wrote a book, you know, and it's like, you're basically just set for life at that point.
Yeah, that is, by the way, he mentioned that you know what, that the IRS took down Wesley Snipes. He owed a lot of taxes. He didn't pay any taxes for a long time ago. Now, what I want to know is if okay, actors and shit like that, they get nailed by the IRS. And typically, they don't go to jail all the time. They will if it's really flagrant. But but the IRS typically will let them just pay it back, like they do with Nicolas Cage.
And you don't even usually need to pay back like the full amount. Like you usually like negotiate. Yeah, you negotiate and settle that amount. And
unless it's truly, unless they have proof that you definitely were doing it knowingly, right? You're like fucking doing it. Well, I want to know if Trump is. This is gonna be funny to find out. We're gonna find out. Are they gonna treat Trump like he's above that shit, and he's something special? He's above the law, or is he gonna get nailed? I'm dying to know. I want to see what happens with all this. I want to see it play out with everything. I want to see everything that happens. Is he gonna be held responsible for any of it, or is it just gonna be swept under the rug?
He's under investigation for espionage.
Yes, I know that. And I want to know, is that going to stick?
So
my worry
is if he is charged with espionage and treason,
he
those carry a death penalty.
Yeah, like treason would be tough. Espionage could be like you just have sensitive documents, right? Like treason would be like you're giving those to people, which
if they find that out,
that'd be
right,
easy and difficult to prove. You know, like
those two charges. The New York stuff is civil mostly, right? For the state.
Well, the thing with the New York charges, the ones that they're doing right now, they're trying to do those because if they go ahead and do that, Trump cannot practice business in the state of New York.
Right, that's exactly what they did, and that's what they were seeking an injunction to get that done from the judge. Now, to make sure that he can't do anything, and they're trying to get, I guess, they're suing him for like $250 million to get of money to date that he's, I guess, made off of his crappy dealings. But now with that statement, the other evidence they found, they sent to the IRS, they've sent to the federal the DOJ. I'm dying to find out what's going to happen with that stuff, and is the IRS going to in fact go after him? They went after Capone. Why wouldn't they go after this guy?
Yeah, now all you need to do is get him to go to jail and get syphilis.
That'd be, you know what? He deserves. I think watch his dick fall off. That'd be great, man. Like, a little orange pecker down on the ground. Oh no, my nuts. Oh man, that's great.
They're the biggest nuts on the floor.
The biggest, I would say that shit too. Best, Stop! Those are my nuts. You might step on them. They're so big.
It's quite impressive. Quite impressive.
See, I almost agree with you, and I'm wondering, will he ever go to jail? Because I almost feel like Trump is so slick at getting out of everything. Like I don't believe he could shoot somebody in the street and somehow he talk his way out of it.
Yeah, that's what he said, man.
He
said that in a rally or something like that. He's like, I could shoot somebody in like you would. Yeah. It's like insulting the people there. He's like, I could shoot somebody in the street and you guys would all still be here. Like,
yeah, he's just like, you guys are such clowns. I get help.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Yeah. It's funny. Man, we'll see.
You guys want to talk about that fucking Ghost Rider stuff?
Yeah, man.
Well,
Yeah, so
that was very interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a weird couple of days because they wanted to do that early bird thing, right? Where you get like the actual, what's the dude's name? Robbie Reyes.
Reyes, yeah.
They need another figure with the Robbie Reyes head on it. That was going to be this.
Yeah. Okay. And they're trying to find. Okay, so it went from that didn't hit, and I'm looking at this thing. This guy
has it funded yet, or still not funded?
No, fuck. So they're at, it targets 9,000. They're at, so before, like, let's say Friday midday, they were like over 6,000, and this dude posted this thing. Wow. This was this morning that they were down to 559.31. So like, as soon as that earlier bird didn't thing, like it dropped. It's like
people rolled out.
Yeah. So from where it was last night, I'm just taking a quick guess, and I think they have it's 57.83 right now when I just looked.
No, so that's 200 less than it was this morning when I saw that post.
So are you saying it sounds like people are like canceling their shit now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like not backing because it didn't get that early, because it's like it's one less figure. Like I wonder if that was the best like thing for them to do like an early bird like that, because I get why they want people to back it. What's up, Ralphie? They want people to back it early, so they don't have to fucking worry about it, right?
Right.
Which is, but then also like you get so many people that jump in at the end after you've already met some stretch goals, where it's like usually like we were like, man, you know, we might be close at the end or there, and then it just blows the doors off at the end because people are like, all right, bet it's funded. Now I know I'm gonna get it, and I know I'm gonna get all this extra shit. I think, and I don't know, I feel like we haven't even talked about this on air because I feel like it's just been schedule stuff. We didn't get to it, but like I think that this wasn't the best choice for them to do, man. I think for a HasLab thing, it's got to be a fucking slam dunk. I think it's a cool concept and a cool idea, and the only way to get this thing, but I don't think that it has like this version of Ghost Rider has the juice to push this.
That's why it's so cool. It's a car for 6-inch figures. Bad.
Yeah, like it looks
amazing,
awesome.
Right? It looks awesome.
Never hear me disagree with that. Like
go ahead. So like we've talked about this a lot in hangouts and chats and stuff. So let me give some people credit, like Chuck, Wolf, some other people that we've been talking about in chats about this. Just trying to think, like Dom. Yeah. So if I use something you said and didn't credit you, I'm sorry, I forgot. Just hit me up and I'll say something. But I said that they should have done Ghost Rider through time.
Yeah.
Okay. And what they could have done, that's what they could have done, man. Because you go ahead and give me a Robbie Reyes. Okay, cool, no problem. Mm-hmm. I don't want the car. I don't care about the Robbie Reyes enough to want a car. Okay. I think that the draw of the car is the fact that it is 1/12 scale.
Right.
Yeah, like
that's why I think it is too.
Right. Right. And in that quality, because like the people are pulling up like the Bratz fucking radio control.
I got the Bratz Cadillac in a box right here behind me.
Yeah, and it's not the same thing as that fucking HasLab.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's not. But it's way, way, way cheaper than that HasLab. Like way cheaper. Right. Like
we got to put work into it, probably. Like
and it's not truly 1/12 scale.
You know, it's not. I mean, it'll work with 1/12, but it's not true 1/12. Right. It's not. I mean, it'll work, but it's not. That's what you're saying.
So, like, what my idea is because they've just introduced like 2 really cool new Ghost Riders that are going to be really popular coming up. Ghost Rider 1 million BC.
That's a mammoth one.
Yeah, he rides a motherfucking woolly mammoth. All right, so that's your big vehicle for the set, right? Then they just introduced the Ghost Ronin.
What is he
Who is, dude? He rides people. He's a fucking ghost samurai. I was literally gonna say
that as a joke.
He's a ghost samurai.
That's cool.
And what's he ride? He rides what?
People.
He rides other people.
He just rides like a dude, like a horse.
So he jumps on a dude's back and
goes, moving super slow, like.
And the dude turns into some kind of like hell demon, and when he runs, he leaves fire footprints behind him. I'm in, dude.
Yeah, like he's
like giving him a piggyback ride.
Yeah. He's only been in one issue, so it was really confusing to try and figure out exactly what the fuck was going on, because like Jason Aaron is throwing so much shit in these, issues. Yeah.
Man. So I think
and
that'd
then
be cool.
And then and then you go ahead. So that's only like 3. So you got Carter Slade with a horse.
Mm-hmm. That's what I want. That's the Ghost Rider I want.
Yeah, the Phantom Rider.
Yeah, that would be cool shit.
I think like for me, like looking at it as a whole, and I thought that for a while they were gonna do this. I think that you can do that price point. You can anchor it with the Robbie Reyes in the car and everything, but then I think your stretch goal should have been just a Johnny Blaze or a Danny Ketch Ghost Rider with the bike, and like do both figures. Like they're so similar. Yeah. Like they'd be easy to do. Like you get alternate head sculpts for each. Do the bike because I know they just came out with a Ghost Rider
Danny Ketch bike.
Yeah, or do like a swap out. A couple swap out parts to do either one, because I know the Johnny Blaze bike they just released, but that shit's $200 on eBay right now. Like you got new collectors coming in every day that don't want to go and pay that much. And then I think if you did the car, the bike with both of those two, and then the horse with that dude whose name I forgot, I think that would be enough to get people. But
I also believe too, and I know it's Marvel Legends, guys, and I know what I'm going to be told. Price doesn't matter. We'll buy any. Marvel Legends fans will buy anything.
Dude, they're about to find out. That
I'm going to make an argument now. That I'm going to say this: what have Marvel Legends gotten before this? Okay, you got the Sentinel, right? Mm-hmm. Which was what? 2 something, right? What was that? I don't know what the Sentinel was. How much was
Sentinel? Was what? 3?
It was 3.
No,
something?
Yeah, it
3.
Was like, it was 350. I want to say
Galactus, right? Galactus was pretty.
Yeah, hold on. I'll tell you right now. Sentinel was 350. Yeah.
Okay, 350. When about Galactus? Well, Galactus was like up there pretty good too, right?
Yeah. I think Galactus was 380. Okay.
Well, my argument with this
400.
400. Now, here's what my argument is going to be with that. I think those are expensive as shit too, but I'm not a hardcore Marvel Legends collector. I have some, but I don't collect them. Mm-hmm. But I would argue this though. Those we got to think about how much plastic's being used, how much is going into those figures, the articulation, everything that's got to go into. There's a lot more molding on those figures.
Yeah, and it looks like
there is in that car.
Everything for this, like the figures, seems to be like all new. Like it doesn't. I'm not seeing any reuse. So
okay, and they have electronics in both those figures too.
Yeah,
there's all light, right?
Yeah, okay, so they have light up heads and stuff.
Well, I know they have electronics in this car, but this car doesn't make any noise or anything. It doesn't do anything. I think that'd be cool if they had.
Now you can go like this.
Yeah, that'd be badass, right? But no, can't do that. I just feel like this car is not worth what they want for it. I don't think it is. I know people are going to say I'm crazy. Dude, you got some lights around the wheels.
And you have to take it absent of any stretch goals. Like you can't say, and I know people are doing this saying, hey, where you're going to get these extra figures. No, you have to take it at what it's originally advertised as. Absolutely. Everything else really is extra. Like you have to look, is the car figures $25? Is the car worth $325?
Right. And I'm going to say this, and I don't know what if let's say it gets. Let's say I think it's going to get backed because I think there's enough Marvel Legend quackadoodles.
It's over half backed at this point,
right? So it should
just over a week.
Yeah. Now, hopefully, now that depends. I mean, and they may lose some more people, but I think they're still going to gain more people in the long run. So it's going to get backed, and then they're going to have some stretch goals that are going to, maybe get some more people. Maybe, I'm sure they will. I mean, I don't know, but some people will wait until that shit's back before they even get in on it. They just will. They don't.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like that bump at the end, they always get.
Right. And then I mean, then you got the e-tailers are going to get whatever they're going to, their orders are going to go into it too. I mean, so it's I'm sure it's going to it's going to get there. And I don't know what the stretch goals are, but let's say it's some other figures and $100 worth of figures. Okay, you so you can't say, well, that's $100 of the $350. So it's the car, you're only paying $250 for the car. I agree with you, Sam. You can't look at it that way, because what if you don't reach those stretch goals? What if you only get 10,000 backers?
Yeah, exactly. What if you get 9,001? Right. So
right.
I don't like the idea of taking out the stretch goals out of that price.
Yeah, I don't either. That car is $350 for that car and that figure. Mm-hmm. I don't, and to me, it's just not. I don't see the value there. I just don't. I don't see the value. But again, I'm speaking outside, guys. I'm not a hardcore Marvel Legends guy, so I'm a little outside of the table.
I'm not backing it either, Russ. Like I am a hardcore Marvel Legends guy. Exactly, I've backed the past two Marvel halves.
Yeah, I mean you have one sitting right behind you.
Yeah,
yes.
But it's like that shit that people have been asking for. Like that's like the biggest thing with me for this. And especially coming after the Hiss tank, where it's like the Hiss tank was a fucking like slam dunk of like things people mention, like people all the time. If there's a G.I. Joe thing, Sam, this is what I want. The stress goals are fucking awesome. Like you get like that, and I think the Cobra Commander that you get with that's enough, dude. That's enough to put anybody over the edge. And it's like you got the Sentinel, makes perfect sense. Stress goals were cool. That one, I don't think banked as much on the stress goals because the Sentinel was enough to get people. Yeah. Galactus, similar thing, but the stress goals are really nice. Yeah. What else is funded? I do think that for the Star Wars 3 3/4 stuff, I think the Sail Barge, another slam dunk. I think the Razor Crest, not as much of a slam dunk, but those 3 3/4 people are just desperate for anything. So I think that was going to get back regardless. And I think the ones that they've missed have been just like, what are you like? It's like they're not listening, or maybe someone doesn't have their ear to the ground as much as they should have. As much as they should have,
Because EE made a really
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying EE made a really good point that if they were going to do a vehicle, the first vehicle they should have done should have been the Punisher van.
That's easy. It's to me it's either that or the Fantastic Four thing, the Fantastic car, which I think would fund easily, like
right. And you're gonna do it for 6-inch figures, okay? So my argument would be this though: is it if you're gonna ask like $350 for this thing, okay? It's almost $400. It's almost $400 when you add in taxes and probably shipping. Okay, you need to make this thing really, really premium. And I'm not talking about just throw some lights on it. Who gives a fuck about lights? That ain't gonna do it for me. What are you gonna do? You gonna keep them on constantly on your display? No, they're not gonna be on.
Only when you have guests over. Yeah, you have to pull it out the DTOF that you crammed it into.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I don't see the bang for the buck for people, and I know Hasbro doesn't want to hear this, but you shady fucking company, you gotta stop being so. They're so. I got so much beef with Hasbro right now for what they're doing with G.I. Joe is killing me, man.
Yeah, well, like now, this is a choice for their HasLab thing. To me, seems like a tone deaf choice where it's like. They might be like we really like Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. We really want to push him, but it's like I don't. And not to say that other people don't. I think there are people out there that are like, I like him too. I like him for what he is, in the same way that they like maybe Century or something like that. But it's like, yeah, like they're cool, but I don't want to invest this much money into them. It's like, did Hasbro?
I wish they could have done it.
And it's like they were looking for something that, in this again, this still may fund. I don't fucking know.
I think it will. I mean, it's over halfway done.
Yeah, and it's what, like you said, been a week, and it's like, yeah. But I feel like they kind of just pulled this one of like, it fit the criteria of a vehicle, and I don't know.
I think it was a big. I think it was a big mistake to try and put something as like rush to get more people to back this thing, like that. Probably. Doing that incentive.
The early
that was like fucking stupid.
It's counter to what they always, or how these things have always funded. Not counter to what they've strategized, but counter to just how it's always played out. It's always the rush at the end. It's always a mad dash at the end.
Yeah.
Once you've hit those stretch goals, where it's like, because as I mentioned at the beginning, like I see why they might have thought that was a good idea, but like, no, it's never worked like that. So,
yeah,
I think their mentality was it worked for the HISS tank, but my theory is you didn't have to even do that for the
Did they have an early bird thing?
They did.
Okay.
That HISS tank was going to go
like
fund.
That second,
it's a different beast, man.
Yeah.
It's going to get funded no matter what, dude.
Yeah.
That's like one of the most iconic 80s vehicles is a HISS
Absolutely.
Tank. Yeah.
You know, and this Robbie Reyes car, like, there's a lot of use for it. Okay, it's not that iconic. It's not something that. Yeah, it's
the character's not even 10 years old.
Yeah, it's not something that they should should have been driving a HasLab. But I mean, I still think it's gonna fund.
Oh no, it will. It will. It's definitely going to fund, dude. And I'm not even going to criticize people for getting it. Get it. If you want it, get it. Pay the money and get your shit on, man. In fact, I hope enough of you get it so that you do get some stretch goals and get some extras just to make it a little bit more worth it to you. But because I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of uses for a car that is, 1/12 scale. I mean, I get that.
I mean, so like if somebody like got the CAD file for that and could just 3D print like the shell of it, I'd fucking buy one.
But I'd buy one
for $100. You know what I mean? Like I'll turn that shit into a Batmobile. Like,
oh, sure you could. And Nick, I know, I agree with you, Nick. I know this Bratz Cadillac is not really 1/12 scale, but I'm going to tell you now, it's got lights on it. it's got a steering wheel. I can turn it and make my wheels turn and shit. It's got a gear shift. I can put my man's hand on the gear shifter and have him shift
my man's
the gear. I mean, all kinds of shit, right? And the doors open, the fucking trunk opens for stashing G.I. Joe weapons. It's good shit, man. We're going on a drive-by. It's good stuff. I'm just saying, for 30, I got that bitch for $35. Okay, on Amazon, and I'm just saying that for $35, I got something that I can make work with 1/12 scale. It ain't perfect, but it will work. It's big enough. They want 350 bones for this motherfucker. And my little $35 car does everything that thing does. Lights come on.
How much was that, Nick? How much was a Sentinel?
$350, I think it was.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about prices, man. I just like
had some motherfucker tell me.
It was $350.
Yeah, Sentinel was $350. All right.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, and it's like, and when he got that, Nick, did you
Galactus
just get the one?
is $400. What is the Sentinel?
Yeah.
No, I grabbed 5.
Did you flip them, or what are you doing with all of them?
I am trying to flip them once they get back up to where they should be in price, because people are selling them for way too fucking cheap.
Oh, are they really?
Is that right? What are they selling them for?
Like between 5 and 6.
Yeah,
you make your money, but yeah, if you could, I'd sit on them, dude. Every day that goes by, that price is only going to go up, man. I'm telling you, dude. Like some people, like I don't know who I was talking about this, in some fucking chat, but like this, any Kickstarter thing is going to go up in value, dude. I don't care how fucking stupid it is, and how unlikable it is, but like you have a limited number of that thing that's out there. And it doesn't increase over time. So, like, it's going to go up.
I wasn't truly comparing it. Calm down. I know you're. I know you fucking Hasbro apologist. Listen to me right now. I'm not comparing this. And don't call my car junky, you fuck. You haven't even. Have you checked it out yet? It's not junky.
Have you ever ridden in it even?
Yeah, no, it's a fucking Cadillac, motherfucker, and I'm pimping.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
My classifier gonna be pimping that bitch out. You watch. What I'm saying is, there are other ways to go that are a lot less money than your crap ass HasLab bullshit. That, by the way, is a ripoff. Sorry, in my opinion, total ripoff. So there you go, you apologist.
Well, all right, man. What's it? Never mind.
Now,
never mind. I don't want to keep them going.
And look, all I'm saying is, if you want it, great, go get it. Go blow your $350 on a junky piece of plastic with a couple little Christmas lights on it. Have fun.
But like the thing is that quality wise, that car is going to be better than that Brad's car.
No, I know.
Okay.
Okay. In what way? Quality wise, I want to know what way. Like
because it's molded. It's
okay.
It has a shifter. It has a shifter.
Mr. Apologist himself.
Look at his avatar.
Let me tell you something. I know, and he did that shit just to piss me off.
His avatar.
You're already a Giants fan. God damn it. You know, what did he bail out, motherfucker? Anyway,
for whatever reason, it wouldn't connect right for him.
See the fucking universe study one his bitch ass in it. Fuck that. Look, all I'm saying, I know what you're saying. I'm not going to compare something that was made in. First of all, Scott's car was made in 2002 or 2003. I'm not going to compare. I'm not going to say it's better. What I'm saying is,
where were you in 2002?
There are options out there that you can use 112 vehicles for. You can find vehicles to work with.
And it's like I'm gonna like to Russ's point. Like, is the car? I'm sure it's better. Is it $300 better though? Right?
Right.
Like,
is it? I'm sure it's better. It better be better. They were asking that much money. It better be. But here you go. It's Hasbro. Every time Hasbro says something's better, it really isn't. We know that it really is. It's junk. So we'll see what happens. You know,
But like, have you actually looked at this, or are you just?
No. I've looked at it. I actually, I'm not gonna lie. I'm bullshitting part of this right now. I'm just going to eat. I'm going to eat more than anything. I think it's cool. I like it, but it's just too much money for me, dude. That's all. I like it. It's just, I just don't think $350 is. It's not $350 for me. I do like $150 for it. But I think
that's how much that TIE Fighter was. That Black Series TIE Fighter that didn't sell in stores.
The one that they were trying to
clearance out.
I saw one for $50. Dude. I saw one for $50. That's what
I know. JD for sure got one for $50.
I was gonna buy one, and Anna looked at me. She goes, "Don't you dare!" I said, "Why?"
Dude, and it's funny because it's like they were getting clearance out, but like all the ones at my Target hit the shelves, sold out right away. Like for $150, like they never like got to that point.
That's where I saw a clearance tab billing around was Target.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever saw one.
Was that a Target exclusive?
I don't know if it was or not.
No, it was Toys R Us.
Toys R Us? Oh wow! I remember.
I for sure saw him at Target. Yeah,
I
for sure saw him at Target. I don't know if that was.
I just remember him being clearance at Toys R Us. So
okay, so then they weren't exclusive. They were just everywhere. But yeah, I never saw those at Walmart either.
No, I didn't see them at Walmart. Walmart probably was like, "Nah, man, we not getting."
Yeah, they said, Walmart said, "You know what? Thanks, no thanks, man. You know, we're gonna save our shelf space."
Anyway, I'm not going to sit there and say that I know that HasLab car is better than this. I know it is. Come on, I'm not that dumb. I understand. What I'm saying is, I just think it's too much money. That's all. I think Hasbro is really being.
But like the thing to me is that the tiers should be part of the tiers should be part of the project as soon as they fucking advertise it. Because like listening to what you guys said earlier, yeah, I can hear me. Can now a little bit, but
yeah, you're low.
You're low.
I'm not picking up my headset. Stream that sucks.
That's
we heard that.
Yeah, because I had to yell.
Yeah, that's all right. You're used to yelling, motherfucker.
Just yell, just yell everything you have to say.
Come on, apologist. Come on, Hasbro apologist. Let me have it. Come on, educate me. Come on. Oh, you ran away. God damn it! Stop running away.
But like what I was trying to say is like I think that like the whole thing is with these is that like the tiers should be fucking
there we go.
Yeah, now we can hear you better.
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
That's better.
You know, they should be part of the value of what you're paying.
You got a repeat. Echo.
Yeah.
Do you have us on in the background, E? No. Yeah.
I'm outside. Is it still echoing?
Yeah, I actually hear it.
Yeah.
I like hearing myself though. No, I agree with you. I think they should already include what they're going to throw in already and have that part of it. Because if you're going to throw it in anyway, if it reaches so and so level, and
is the echo gone?
Yeah, it's gone now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, there we go.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how Hasbro does business in a weird way. I don't understand them. So
it makes perfect sense. And look, I'm someone who is not backing this, Russ. I have no interest in Ghost Rider. No, I don't care about Ghost. I'm not interested in Ghost Rider.
But I thought you'd be for the car.
Nah,
it's a 1/12 scale car. I thought you'd be.
I don't do figure photography. I ain't got much space, so I'm It's just so this particular. If it was a Punisher van, that's a different story. I might have went in on a Punisher van.
That would be really cool for a Punisher van.
No, that was their first mistake. I think they should have did a Punisher van first. But when you're talking about that 350 price point, you're seeing a car for 350, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of people are seeing. I think this is what Nick said. That 350 price point includes. They give you that price, thinking it's going to back fully funded, so it includes 6 figures with this one.
Okay, but what if it only hits like 10,000?
See, but that's a see. So then that's when the value starts to diminish on what it's worth. Yeah, if it doesn't hit, when Hasbro makes this thing, it's like, all right, what should we charge for us to send out this car in 6 figures?
So you're saying they already incorporate the price of it.
That's what they do.
Unless
if it doesn't fully, yes. And now we're down 1 figure because the Robbie Reyes didn't back.
Right. Mm-hmm. Which is why a lot of 200 or so people have pulled out.
Yes.
And I guess, why don't they just be upfront and say, here?
But the model hasn't changed. That's the thing.
The model hasn't changed. It's just...
They've done it the same way every time. This is just the first time Marvel Legends added a early bird. Yeah. Classifieds were the first one to do an early bird.
Yeah, I don't think they even needed early bird for classified though.
The difference was they put an army building figure, not a core character, as an early bird for his thing.
That's true.
By putting a actual core character, Robbie Reyes. It kind of sucks. I agree. That kind of sucks. Now you don't have your Robbie Reyes.
No, you're right.
I don't think the price point is bad, especially once you got all 6 of your figures.
But that's
I spend $32. It's $32 for a Marvel Legends in Target by me now. $32.
Those are New York dollars, so I don't know.
I know, but that's what it's. But I'm from New York, so as someone who's me, if I want to buy a Marvel Legends from Target, it's 32 plus tax. 32 times 6.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, to me, like, I don't think they can say these hypothetical figures that you may get are incorporated in this price. I think that's a goofy way to do business. And I get it's done it before and it's worked. Awesome. What if it doesn't? I feel like that feels shitty.
And that's what we're seeing now.
If it doesn't, you're ripping people off, and you're getting an FK.
Again, you're not ripping people off because you know why? You don't gotta fucking buy it.
Yeah,
you don't have to buy it. You don't.
No. Wait a minute.
You don't have to get the car.
If you're saying that the price of the car and all the figures that they're going to give you are already included in this price, so the $350 is really about $180 of the $350 is really for the figures. That's what you're basically what you're saying that they're going to give you.
For someone like me, if I'm buying in a Target store, that's what it's costing me.
Then the backing, to back it should be whatever amount they want to have all those figures. That should be what it should be to back it. Then it should be like, so let's say they have 12,000, 14,000, 16, whatever they need to get to include whatever figures they're going to supposedly give you and add on, right? Okay, that should be the backing point.
Yeah, so you're talking about the total.
The total should
stretch goal.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like if it's 15,000, let's say, or 12,000 to get all the stretch goals, and that should be the goal.
Exactly. Okay. That's honest. That's being honest.
So let me ask you a question.
Look at this and all these figures. If it gets up to and this is the backer, the back.
Let me ask you a question. Why is it a problem now when that wasn't a complaint for Galactus?
Because this isn't as iconic, or
that's the only issue. That's the only issue is that also, the choice of the character design.
But also, I feel like people also felt like if they had only gotten that Galactus, I think people will be okay with that. That Galactus is a lot more put into that Galactus than there is in that car.
It's like,
you seem to think so. But have you seen how detailed that car really is?
Yeah, I know it is.
And I'm not like I said, I'm not getting it. I didn't get Galactus either. This is an issue of bad character choice.
Yeah,
not money, not business model. Because the HasLab price has always been around for the Marvel Legends between $350, $400.
Mm-hmm.
Sentinel was $350, Galactus was $400. You only got 2 figures with your Sentinel, Bastion and a female figure. You got 3 figures with Galactus. You got 3 figures with Galactus, which is why they gave you 6 figures for the car. More than any other Marvel Legends HasLab has done before. Their same exact business model as they did for the other 2. This is your goal. Here's your first tier, your stretch tier, your tiers. Same thing they did. You didn't hear these complaints then.
Right.
Because it was a character, because it was something that people wanted right away.
This is true.
You chose a good character to start with.
Yeah, he's good.
That helps. That helps.
That helps immensely. With Robbie, with it being Robbie Reyes.
Yep.
You chose probably one of the lesser known Ghost Riders. One of the least popular ones, I think.
Yeah.
Most people, a lot of people I hear, I only know him from when he was in S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've heard.
So you took a leap. My issue with them isn't the price. I just particularly don't care for this character. Yeah. And a lot of people don't.
Well,
and I can understand the frustration for some people saying, damn, I need a Mephisto, I need a Blackheart. I might not ever get them now because they're not going to put those figures out. Right. There's a reason why they're putting them in this HasLab. And I think they were hoping Mephisto
we're
gonna push exactly. But the problem is you put Robbie Reyes first.
Mm-hmm. Well, and who knows?
If anything, Robbie should have been the last figure. And maybe Mephisto would have been the early bird.
Yeah,
I don't think we'd be having this conversation right now.
Yeah,
I think it would have hit the 9K.
Yeah, you do.
In a point,
this was the early bird. Different story.
And a point I was going to make earlier is we don't have a Dan Ketch figure, and we don't have a Johnny Blaze figure.
We don't know what the other 4 figures are going to be in the wave.
What I'm saying is we don't have, like, there hasn't been a Dan Ketch release. Mm-hmm. There's been a Dan Ketch as Ghost Rider release.
I see what you're saying.
But not,
not unmasked. Power.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, like, I could give 2 shits about that Robbie Reyes figure.
All right, and most people do. Most people could. That's the problem. Most people really don't care about the Robbie Reyes figure, which is why he didn't hit the 9K.
But you understand that the HasLab is the car, right? You understand?
Yes.
That, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yes. So when I say that the 3, I feel like almost $400 is more than I would want to pay for that car. And you might be right. Primarily, it's because when you're looking at something like this, you're looking at everything you're going to get, right?
But like,
and maybe you're right. I mean, if they let you know that if it's better characters, maybe that helps ease the pain of the price. But
here's the little point that E made that slipped under is that one of the figures for this is a Mephisto.
Right.
If this doesn't fund, you're not getting a Marvel Legends Mephisto.
Not only if it doesn't fund, it's got to hit the first tier. So it's not even $9,000; it's $12,000.
12
now.
Right.
And then who knows what's after that? Usually another $2,000, $3,000 more for Blackheart.
Yeah.
These are characters that people want that they can't put out for. I think they could do a Blackheart.
I don't know what the deal is with Mephisto. It's like
he's the devil. He looks like the devil. He's the devil.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's a bad thing from what I've been told. It's a huge no. It's a huge no in China.
Yeah.
And so like, is it a huge no in China for release? Or release and manufacturing? Because
I don't know.
Like fucking sex toys that are made in China. You know what I
mean? But you know what? That's accepted
for release. You don't care. You don't care if you can't make it in China. You care that you can't release it in China.
Right.
And that's the thing.
You know. Like, and remember who owns Marvel?
Do a lot of money in China, like. And I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
I would assume so.
I would assume.
I would assume so. I mean, it seems like it.
There, like.
It seems like it. And remember, who owns this? Who owns Marvel? Disney.
Yeah, that's true.
Disney's going to be very particular about what kind of characters you can put out.
Yeah, I mean they
especially on retail, and shelves and online.
And like they've definitely bent the knee, like in like they've altered Black Panther posters and shit like that for Chinese release. They've like
he's right,
changed lines in movies and things like that. So it's like
a huge market over there for them.
Yeah, and there's a precedent for them saying, okay, we don't want to do this.
Yeah,
because we don't want to fuck with that market or fuck up that market.
So that's why you would have to only release something like that in this way.
In a HasLab or I mean, I'm wondering if they.
But then it's like how does Marvel Select do it?
But that was pre-Disney, and that was how many years ago? Remember that Marvel Select is over 10 years old. I believe.
God, is it? Oh wow.
Yeah, it's over 10 years old. It's a different time we're living in. It's a different culture. People react a different way now. And Disney didn't own Marvel back then.
Yeah,
I think that's a big thing with this Mephisto is that it's Disney.
I don't know because like what
same way Warner Brothers won't let McFarlane put guns anymore.
With like,
it's not McFarlane, it's Warner Brothers that are doing this.
That's like a known thing. But like, what about like Spawn shit that gets put out?
Spawn's not the devil though.
Yeah,
Spawn doesn't look like the devil. Spawn isn't a representation of the devil. That's the thing with Mephisto. He's like Marvel's representation of the like devil, of Satan. Yeah. You know, it's something Disney I think just doesn't want to touch. So you put it out this way. I think someone like Blackheart could be done like they did Emma Frost in the Hellfire Club set where she had no clothes on. That's the only way. You were never going to see that on a shelf in the store.
And dude, like, and if you don't get a Blackheart, Toy Biz one I think is really good. You know what I mean? Like, it's,
you know, what the problem is now.
That's just going to fly up again.
If this doesn't back and you don't get like people are already starting to trying to hunt down that Mephisto from Select. He's bigger. He comes with a throne.
Yeah, we were talking
and that's a $200 figure right now.
That last Ghost Rider and motorcycle that was at Target for $40. Yeah. That's like $200 now.
Yeah,
you know, like that shit's not cheap anymore.
And I think that's another thing. They felt they already gave us a bike.
Yeah, but see, okay,
it could have been a different bike. I understand. I'm not arguing with this point. I think the car was not a great idea this time around. I don't have an issue. My only thing I'm arguing with people is when they're bitching about the price and the business model. And my thing is the price has always been the same pretty much. And the business model for the HasLab has not changed. They didn't change it on you this time. They tried to give you an early bird, which is rubbing people the wrong way for some reason. I don't get it. But it's the same. Here's your HasLab, and you can unlock extra figures if it backs a certain amount. They did it for Galactus. They did it for the Sentinel. They did it for the Razor Crest. They did it for Leo Kaiser. They did it for... They've been doing this since the Sentinel came out. They've done tiers on all of them. Even the Proton Pack had tiers.
Yeah.
Did that fund?
Yeah. Everything has funded except the lightsaber...
Cookie
Rancor and Cookie Monster.
Rancor, Cookie Monster. Okay. I mean that lightsaber. What the fuck were they thinking with that? For God's sake,
I'm not I'm not hardcore into Marvel Legends either. So maybe that's why the price hits me hard because I'm not into Marvel Legends like that.
Yeah, me too.
And I know for some people have told me, shit.
Me too. And it's like I can.
Like you said, Nick. What'd you say that Sentinel's going for now, Nick? On the aftermarket, what's it like?
5 to 6. Not a lot.
Not a lot.
You paid 4.
Right, but if you wait a little longer, that shit could jump up to easily.
It's only going to go up, man. It's only going to go up.
I think it's oversaturation with the Sentinel because a lot of people did what Nick did. They bought 5. They maxed out because you can army build it, and they saw the price of what Unicron was going for in aftermarket.
Nick, like wait till fucking.
You have to wait a long time on that
X-Men movie. That's when that shit's gonna fucking pop.
Yeah,
like crazy, dude.
I've got to my price point where I want them at, and once they get there, I'll sell them.
When he first released, people were selling it for $8 to $1,000.
Yeah.
Then BBTS put it up for like $550, and that just killed it. After like a week, for that first week, and the only people who got it in that first week were people who ordered 1. The people who ordered 5 and 4 seem to have gotten them a lot later than everybody else.
I mean, I did that with that Kickstarter Spawn. Like, I flipped that shit within days of getting it in hand and made a stupid amount of money off that, which is like where I'm like, but that was it for a Kickstarter to take a gamble on. I risked 150. Or it was like 120 or something like that, which is not 550, not 400. Like it's very different for me in my situation. You know, like I could gamble 150 or whatever it was, but
I don't get mad at people that want to flip. Who cares? Who cares? Especially something like this when it's not like there's only their own. You know, it's gonna sell out.
Right.
You know, if you really want it, everybody has a chance to get it. So if you buy, exactly,
like
you didn't use bots to buy them all out online, and now no one can get them.
Exactly.
You didn't go to Target and buy them all and hide them in the stock room or whatever the fuck you did, so no one can get you and force a high aftermarket price. You had your chance to do this. You didn't want it. Now people I understand people come in late to the game. It's part of the game that's played when you're a collector. When you come in late and you need a backtrack, you might have to pay. You're going to pay extra money.
That late tax.
You're going to pay that late tax.
Mythic Legions ate me up a lot, so I know.
You know, same thing. Mythic Legions right now, like there's no excuse for you not to get your Mythic Legions if you want them. They make sure the opportunity when these waves come out are available for everybody for at least 4 days. Open for a month. They do the waves. You have a month.
Yeah.
You know, you can't complain about scalpers after that.
Yeah, and that's like if you see something like that and you're like, man, I want to get it, put it on a fucking credit card. You know what I mean? Like do that and then pay it off. By the time you get it, it should be paid off. Like if you're smart about it and
you know, exactly. I'm not gonna insult people who don't do certain things a certain way.
Listen, hold up. I'm not insulting anyone either.
No. I mean, I can start insulting Marvel Legends collectors really bad right now. because I think they're like the worst collectors out there. I really fucking do.
I wonder who really deserves that crown, man.
Dude, they're the king of the figure swaps in the boxes. They are the kings of it.
Yeah.
They're the kings of it. They're the kings of hiding shit. And you know what? Look, if you can't afford a $20, $25, $30 figure, maybe you shouldn't be collecting right now.
Dude,
maybe you're not ready to be doing it yet.
With like the hiding figures, like if you can't pop $25, and I get, I'm talking about what is here. It's like $21.95 here. But like if you're like, this is gonna push me over the like some threshold, then like you're living life too much on the edge, my friend. Like where you need to be like,
either you're not in a position where you can jump into the collecting game yet, or you're being really irresponsible.
Yeah. And dude, it's like I say all that to say, like when we bought this house, that was me. Like I wasn't hiding shit, but I was just not buying fucking anything because I was like, I don't know how much money I'm gonna have. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's different.
You gotta see how
that's different. You were buying a house. Yeah. That's different than. I'm not gonna be able to pay my light bill this week because I need to buy a toy. Yeah. You know, man. I have to eat. I'm eating ramen noodle for the next 50 days, for the next month, because I bought a wave of Marvel Legends. Like, dude, you need to reevaluate what you're doing. You know, I am not rich. I cherry pick what I have to pick. You know, there are plenty of things I pass on. I pass on the His Tank. I pass on Galactus. I'm gonna pass on Ghost Rider. You know, if I had a big house and tons of money, sure, I'd buy it all. Why not? Yeah. I'd go full in on Marvel. I'd go full in on Marvel Legends, buy every comic character they made. I don't. I cherry pick X-Men only shit. That's all I do for Marvel Legends.
I think I'm just bitter at Marvel right now for a lot of classified issues. So
Hasbro, you mean?
Hasbro.
I was saying Marvel. Hasbro. Sorry.
But what classified? See, all right, what classified issues?
Yeah. So like,
they're gone. The issues are over.
You brought this up pre-show, man. What do you want to say about that?
Okay, first to start out with the overseas problem, and this doesn't affect me, but I feel bad for any collectors overseas. They're not going to be sending figures to retailers or anything like that. Now it's got to be exclusively Hasbro Pulse.
Okay.
Okay. Now my worry is they're going to do that. They're going to do that here, and I'm scared they're going to do that here.
When was the last time a Hasbro Pulse figure we weren't able to get from classified?
Well, no. Usually you can, but
exactly.
But
so
here's the thing: we are going to have one coming up that we may not be able to get unless you have unless you paid for their what's it their club membership or whatever, their membership for
which one?
Serpentor.
That ain't gonna happen. So look,
dude, they're only making the same amount of Serpentors that they did Dr. Mindbender.
Yes, and Dr. Mindbender, and everybody was able to get Dr. Mindbender. Dr. Mindbender wasn't hard to find. He wasn't hard to find. He was so. The problem with Dr. Mindbender was they tried that QC code shit.
Man,
for people at the show, dude. And people were sharing that code around. Like I got mine through that code. I wasn't even at the fucking show. But it went up. But then it went up after the show, and everybody was able to get it.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people.
Those are people. These are people. Russ, these are people who aren't paying attention to the thing. They're not paying attention. As long as you got your finger.
I don't want it.
Dude, it's easy to dismiss that shit, though.
It's a product.
Yeah, you should. How many you think they're going to make? One for every person on the planet?
They should. No. I'm not saying that. But making enough.
They should.
If I want to buy it, I should not have to go looking around or be Johnny on the spot to buy it. No, they have it available for me to buy when I want to buy it.
Yeah. Dude,
it is a collector's edition figure, Russ.
For one, you act like you're a brand new collector. This is the game for everything forever.
Are you okay? I'll give you that for Mindbender.
And two,
collector's edition. I think going to be a collector's edition.
Yes. And two,
that's bullshit. That's too big. Those are two major characters. You can't have them as a collector's edition. You can't do it. It's terrible business. It's horrible.
Dude. No, it's not. What if, dude? What makes you think they won't put Serpentor out in not as a collector's edition? How many Cobra Commanders did they put out?
Because
they did two different mind benders. There's two. They did two major. They did two Zartans in that big collector's edition box and a regular release.
Right now, they're saying that they're not doing in a lot. Well, but they haven't said it for G.I. Joe Classified yet. But for other lines, they're not doing reissues. And I'm wondering if they're gonna.
No, I'm not talking reissues. Look at what I'm so Zartan. They gave you two versions.
Yes.
So here's the thing:
one with a bunch of extras. That's a collector's edition that you don't really need if you know. There's nothing wrong with having the original.
Yeah, the other one was the STD.
And then plus they're doing and they're saying they're not doing reissues. Every single figure they put out right now, they're putting them out on the card back.
It was the STD edition.
You know, they're putting them out on card backs now.
Yeah,
and just a different paint variations.
Is exact same figure, exact same packaging, but like putting it out on the vintage card, that's not a re-release. I'm
telling you that right now. I'm at the point where I'm tired of having to worry about when something comes out. I gotta hurry up and run online, buy it as quick as I can before some motherfucker who's paid them money already has their.
So hold up. So look, what they're doing next week for PulseCon is the first hour they're going to be available for premium members, and after that, they go up for regular release.
Right now, how do we?
They're going to limit quantities. Quantities will be limited to buy.
Right.
I guarantee you, if you pay attention and you remember, okay, 5 o'clock Friday or 5 o'clock Saturday. I need to go and buy my figure. Let me hop on a Pulse and do it. You're not going to have a problem getting it. You're not. I'm telling you, you're not going to have a problem. They're not stupid. They learned their lesson. They saw the craziness.
I disagree. They are stupid.
No, but disagree with you. You know why? You know why I'm going to tell you they're not? Because they rectified the situation.
Yeah.
Think about when those Target ones first came out, right?
Yeah, that was
the madness.
So here's it like that. To me, like, you're fucking right. I agree with that, but like that shit literally broke people's brains to the point where they refuse to believe that any of the G.I. Joe shit is easy to get in hand. Where it's like I remember, like, I got a bunch of those red ninjas, and I had every time I would post a picture, like in my Instagram stories or whatever, just posing them up or whatever, people would be like, oh, these look so cool, like, but I'm not paying the aftermarket prices for these. And I'd literally be like, you can buy 12 of them on BBTS now.
Right now.
Like,
they're on Amazon right now. They're not.
Yeah, like once that's in like people's minds, it's like they can't like see through that. And it's like frustrating for me to be like, no, like I understand that certain figures in this line were hard to get, but these ones aren't. Like, it's not the case with all of them. It's like you just have to like, I don't know what, and I'm not saying, Russ, this is you saying this, but like, and I agree with a lot of what you're saying of like, yeah, it should just be relatively easy if you got the money to get this shit. Like, but then it's like people just get it stuck in their minds that like it's impossible to attain, and then just that's it. That's like the narrative, you know.
You know, Russ, if you sit there and tell me on Wednesday that you tried to log in on Wednesday 6 days after it was up, that's your own damn fault.
No, I get no. Hold on, wait, you're wrong. Hold on, you're wrong. It's not.
No, it's not. Yeah, it is.
No, they should have it available for me 12 days after. 12
no,
days after.
No, they don't.
Absolutely. That's stupid. Then that's
do you complain? Do you complain about movie theaters or movie theaters sell out right away? Do you have the same complaint?
You know what? No, but you know why? Because I can get a ticket for the next showing. It's still available for the next showing. I can go right to that. You don't have it for 1 o'clock? I'll get it for 3 o'clock. Guess what? I'm going to see the movie. I'm still going to see a movie.
Russ wants them to make like 8 billion of them.
Next Wednesday. No, I'm not 8 billion of them.
And they're going to be burying Serpentors next to ET cartridges.
Have enough. Have enough. Dude, I'm not saying that, but don't short sale it. Don't short sale it.
They're not going to short sale. They're not short selling it. They're not.
Big time. They're totally going to do it. They already said they're going to do it. They said it's going to be limited to how much you're going to sell, how much they're making. They're not.
Who told you this?
They announced it. They said it. The stupid fat bitch that works for Hasbro. What's her name?
Dude. All right. All right. I am not associated with MPSP in any official way.
Emily, what's her name?
Throw the banner. Thank you.
I'm just saying.
What? They're going to make the same amount of Dr. Mindbenders. And Dr. Mindbender was not and that Dr. Mindbender was not short sold.
I would argue Serpentor
and
is
that
a lot more popular than
Dr. Mindbender, if you see that what that Dr. Mindbender box contains, it's a deluxe. It's an exclusive. It has a lot more.
I know.
You're going to get a Dr. Mindbender on regular release.
People are going to buy the deluxe too. Everyone should have a chance to get
this. Do you realize?
No matter how long it takes.
think you think they're stupid. I think they're not. They know how popular Serpentor is. They damn sure know how popular fucking Sergeant Slaughter is going to be. I don't think any of us are going to have a problem buying these on Friday or Saturday.
I hope you're right.
So the G.I. Joe panel Saturday.
Yeah.
So
even if you missed the first one, but like they've put every, even like going back to the debacle, which was the summer of 2020, a debacle in a lot of ways, not just G.I. Joe related. All of those figures have been re-released to the point of oversaturation. Right
now, it's oversaturation. I don't want that. I just wanted them to release enough. A little bit of oversaturation ain't so bad, because there are a lot of people that buy extras because they do customs on them and stuff. I'm just saying, I want it, but I still think everybody should have a crack at it, and I feel like they intentionally.
Yeah, so it's like I hear you on that, Russ, too, because like I have I can't be at a fucking computer all day. Like I don't work from home. Like I'm on my feet. Like
no,
I can't be on my.
But
phone.
you have you got a phone.
Yeah, and it's like I could do it if it was that important to me. But like I understand. I'll say I understand what Russ is saying on like the principle of it, but I also know that with NECA Ninja Turtles, with G.I. Joe Classified, Star Wars Black Series, I know that if I'm
going to find my figure without a problem.
Yeah, I know that if I miss out on something because I can't get on, it's going to come back later. It might be 6 months. It might be a year. It might be 18 months. It's going to circle back around and I'll be able to get it, you know?
I hope you're right about that.
Which is, and it's like, I'm not in a fucking hurry. Like, I'm not going to die this weekend.
I just don't trust. My trust in Hasbro is real bad with
I would sit there. If I were you, I would trust Hasbro. I go by per line. I look at what the classified team has done, what they've changed, and how they've corrected course, even from the look of the figures. From that very first wave,
100%, dude. 100%.
You know, so
that line's in.
I trust what I'm getting from the classifieds. I don't trust what I'm getting from Black Series. Those figures are shit. I can't stand most of them anymore. I'm only doing Clone Wars and Rebels because the figures fucking suck.
Yeah,
Marvel Legends. Look, say what you will. Getting your Marvel Legends isn't a problem.
No, man.
You know, and this is where I go back to why I think Marvel Legends collectors are the fucking worst. You'll sit there, you won't pre-order your fucking figure because you want to sit there and say, I like the thrill of the hunt. Can't find the shit. Start begging in fucking groups. Can I get one at a fucking
I'll say
at a decent price? But then you sat there 2 weeks ago, and then you bought a fucking retro Spider-Man that you could have pre-ordered for $120 on eBay. And then the month before that, you spent double on a Build-A-Figure wave from China just so you can say you got it early.
Man. Just to have
this is Marvel Legends. And then you're complaining about a $350 HasLab. Fuck you.
I'll say I like to get the shit in store, so like I don't pre-order a lot of that stuff. But like I don't complain if I can't find it because I understand.
I don't give a shit about finding it in store. If I want it, I'm going to pre-order it, make sure I got it.
I like that. Yeah.
Said and done.
Unless it's something serious. If it's something I really want, I'll pre-order it. But if it's something like those Death Watch Mandalorian from like those dudes, I didn't pre-order those. I was like, I'll see them eventually. I did. You know, I got lucky. But if I didn't, I just would have carried on with my life.
The other thing is,
you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't.
It could be worse if you're living up in Canada right now. You're paying like over $40 for a G.I. Joe figure.
You know, I mean,
that's like what, $13 American.
You know, it sucks.
35 or 35.
It sucks, but you know what? I don't live in Canada, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. That's true.
In the end, I'm worried about me.
Well, you know what's funny? What's really bad is all those Marvel Legends. I mean, not all Marvels, but I mean the G.I. Joe classifieds. They're all sitting on shelves. They're all shelf warming now.
Yeah,
because the Canadians aren't buying them for those prices. So.
Ship them to New York.
Hasbro. Yeah, I know, right? Ship them down here.
Send them to Ollie's in the States.
Hell yeah, and
then
I can, dude. And then you know what I'll do? I'll just go on every post and say I pre-order these at Ollie's, and then I'll have 10 idiots hit me up in Messenger and be like, "Hey, can you give me the link?" That's like my favorite thing to do, man. People be like, "Can you got the link for that Ollie's pre-order?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro."
Give them a Bitly to a porn site,
and then they sit there and they do fire sales of all these loose fucking Marvel Legends. Yeah. I got 50, 60 Marvel Legends all for sale. Why? Oh, I got bills to pay. What the fuck you doing then? It's constant. It's constant in these Marvel Legends groups. It's insane. Post after post, daily. 20, 30 figures, 10, $15 each. What are you doing?
Well, dude, so that's an interesting thing because like with the price increase in figures, like that 10 to 15 for a loose legend, like has not gone up. You know what I mean? Like it's still, it's still like the going.
It's like crack. It's like a drug. Buying Marvel Legends is like an addiction for some of these people. They have to buy them all.
Dude, I'll say I went through that with Legends back when I was collecting them heavy in the like 2014, 15 of like I had like pre-ordered waves, you know what I mean? And then like I think I got one wave and I was like, this is fucking dumb. I don't need this shit. And then I can still like,
I've got so many I stopped buying Spider-Mans because I got too many of them.
It sucks because they got way better, you know.
Like, I know. That's what I'm hearing, right? And I'm like, you motherfucker.
I mean, I remember like that Toy Biz, like not quite McFarlane style Spider-Man. Like that was I don't remember whose art that was actually looked like, but everyone calls it the McFarlane Spider-Man. I remember that was like my first paycheck I got from like my first like actual job that like I went to college for. I bought that figure, paid $80 for it.
I think I still have
I still have the head for some reason. I don't have the figure, but I have the head. I don't know why. Like
got Pizza Spidey in the package and never opened them up. Because I said, I got telling me it's too many Spider-Mans. Fuck opening this thing up. I don't want another one on the shelf. Oh God,
man! I could have got some money. For
I probably got fucked, but I ordered like 3 each of all the new Spider-Mans coming out.
Are you just gonna sell?
Didn't you listen to anything he said on this dang show?
Look, if you keep them sealed, keep them in good condition, and they'll go up. Spider-Man sells. At the very least, sealed. If you ever get tired of sitting on, you'll get your money back. You'll break even at the least. It's not, going in on a Spider-Man isn't a bad move. Man. Like as a flip, he just, he sells.
He's very popular. That's fine. You got motherfuckers to get every Spider-Man. They don't care. They want every one of them that comes out, and then some. So,
some are slow burn. Some skyrocket right away.
Yeah, and as long as you have like the money to kind of throw around to be like to take that gamble, worst case you're gonna make your money back. I feel.
Yeah, that's true. You'll always get lose that, but I don't know, man. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know Marvel Legends collectors were so bad. I didn't realize that.
Oh, dude.
I didn't know. All right. Yeah, maybe the better term is crazy or nuts. I don't know, but they do some wild shit. Like you're gonna complain about the 350 HasLab, but you just spent $130 on one fucking figure.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because you didn't pre-order it when it was out for pre-order.
Yeah, I mean, if you're blowing that kind of money on one figure, what the fuck are you worried about that?
Marvel Legends Rogue, the first Rogue that came with this was a peg warmer.
Wait, which one? The one
that came in the Juggernaut wave.
Yeah,
she was a fucking peg warmer.
I couldn't find that around me, man. That one, those all got scooped up around me. I caught the whole wave.
Then she becomes $100 figure. Mm-hmm. Fucking Gladiator from the Apocalypse wave was $100 fucking figure. I can't find the head. And it's funny, why did you fucking pre-order it?
That Gladiator came out in an SDCC exclusive box set. So I feel like by the time it came out as a standard release, the price was down and people weren't looking for it that much. And then like again, it's like you just wait for time to go by.
It was the apocalypse because it came with the head for the Build-A-Figure Apocalypse.
Yeah.
But again, I couldn't find it. Why didn't you fucking pre-order it?
Yeah.
Oh, I like finding things in stores. Well, then you didn't want it that bad, and now you got to pay $100.
I look at every Marvel Legends wave right now, and I look at the Build-A-Figure, and if I want the Build-A-Figure, I pre-order the wave. Straight up.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, if that way you can make sure you get it, right?
Yeah, and when you and after a couple waves, if you have 5 or 6 fucking figures that you don't fucking like, you take them all together, you scoop them up, you put them in a lot, you sell it for like $50-$60 and make a couple bucks back.
Right, try to recoup what you can. Yeah, that's what you're saying. I did that with like I wanted the I can't remember what the fuck the figure was. It was the Build-A-Figure for the Marvel Knights.
Man thing?
Swamp Thing?
Yeah, man thing. That's what it was, man thing. I just thought it looked cool as shit. So I was like, I want to get the whole damn wave.
I sold almost 100 figures for over $1,000 like fucking 5-6 months ago. Marvel Legends, just crap ones that I didn't want from Build-A-Figure waves. And just trim them down. And I knew some of them individually were worth more than $10, but I just want the shit out of here. Here, go, big lot. Whoever wants it.
Yeah, that's
first come, first serve. Let's go.
That's how you do that though, like in a lot. Like you have to have those juice figures that shouldn't be in the lot.
Exactly.
That should have their own separate listings, but
I'm not breaking this up because you know what'll happen. I'll get stuck with a bunch of fucking figures that are worth like $7-8 that aren't worth selling.
Yeah, even selling that shit. Like you say, I don't want to break this up. You get 20 motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Hey, if you decide to break it up, can I get?
Or don't read the post and just automatic like, hey, how much for this figure?
Yeah, can I get this?
That shit. 900.
Dude, like
why?
I have.
I said I'm not breaking I'm not breaking it up.
Yeah, you can have this one figure for 900. You have all of them for 800. You know, like it's like, but that's like I have like for me, it's like if I'm not making $60, I'm not going to the post office. Like I'm not walking. I'm not driving to the post office.
Look, resale on a $20 fee. If I spend something for $25-$30, resale has to be 80 and above for me to waste my time.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
it's just too expensive to ship and taxes, and especially now with the new rules over $600, and I'm gonna have to fucking claim that shit on my taxes this year. It's got to be worth it.
You can fake that, man. Hit me up. I'll show you what I do. Hit me up. I'll show you how to commit tax fraud.
Dude, you can Donald Trump that shit. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
But I'm just saying, like, it's not like I'm a reseller. So yeah, I'm selling this for $60, but I'm doing it for 10 figures at a time. Right. It's not, so it's just not worth it to me, you know. And it's not worth the hassle, the aggravation, you know. And then my figure's fucked up. No, it's not. Just fuck you. You fucked it up.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. It's like there's always those people, man. And it's like I sold like a couple of those, like I remember it was like a Toy Biz Spider-Man that I sold. I think it was like, do you know like the snapshot Spider-Man, like the kind of like the big goofy shoulders or whatever. And that was like the Spider-Man in 2014. That was probably the best one that was still out. That was before the Pizza Spidey, before all that shit. And I sold that I think for like $70-$80 to a dude, and he like sends me this video. He's like, he's like, this thing's super loose, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, what are you talking about? And he like sends me this video, and he's like literally just like, I gotta figure. He's just like, just like shaking this thing like as violently as he can. I'm like, and I was like, dude, like, look how you're shaking it. And like, yeah, like it's gonna be loose if you do that. But like, I like,
he's like, look, it's loose. Look.
Yeah, like, he was literally just like,
oh my god, that's fucking great.
I was like, I think you broke it, dude. Like, I think you broke the toy. It's fucking crazy.
Shit, man. On that note, we're about 5 minutes off 11. Why don't we go ahead and go on broadcast and have you guys do a hangout?
Sound good?
Sure.
Sound good to me.
E, you run the hangout?
Sure, I'll put a link up.
All right, cool. Well, thank everybody for watching this week. Sorry about last week.
No, it was fun to yell at Russ for a bit. I haven't done it in a while.
I can't wait till the Giants beat the fuck out of you guys. I can't wait.
2-0, bitch. 2-0, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, we're weak 2-0. But still 2-0. Give me that.
2-0, bitch. 2-0, bitch.
We're 2-0 too, bitch. What's up?
2-0. 2-0.
Can't wait.
Season don't start till week 12.
And by then you're 0-12.
Peace, love, and hair grease. We're out.
That's good. That's a good time to wrap.